Name that button.
Let's focus on this, please. So we start with palm presses, just like we started with palm presses on the back. Remember I told you we're going to do them all over the body? They're a little bit different. So on the legs, we're going to do hand over hand. Your bottom hand is soft and relaxed like a big sandbag. Your top hand is where the pressure comes from, and the pressure comes from leaning your body in, okay? There's not a squeeze with this. I see and I've felt a lot of people doing this, so that's something different than this stroke here. This is just a palm press. You keep that bottom hand soft and relaxed because you can feel more that way, because we're using this not only to introduce our touch, but as a palpation tool, so we can feel what's going on underneath. So you can again do this over the sheet or on the skin. Now I'm just doing one at a time, but I could stay in one place and do some rhythmic pumping here. And in fact, that's a common technique, a circulatory type technique used in sports massage. Okay? So you can do repetitive or one at a time. And then we're going to go ahead and undrape.
So the recipe actually said to do this in a bow stance, but it's something you can do in either bow or a horse.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Seems all right. Need foil shirt?
I might. I need warmer hands is what I need for
It's okay.
Barbara.
We know the Sherry experience.
Yeah, well, I don't like it.
It's okay.
I do.
We know it.
I don't like it, and I'm not used to it. Yeah, it's cold in here. Why is it so cold in here?
Because it was humid in here
Air is
before.
on.
Put the air on.
Okay, we're going to let Jeff read.
Full leg cylindrical effleurage from a modified bow, starting with foot, stroke up the leg over gluteals, tracing ilium with fingers. On the drag back, allow the hands to address the whole leg.
So how's this different from what you learned in Essentials? Hopefully not.
Yeah. Can we take a peek?
Yes, please.
Sure, I have a question.
Yes.
So when you're coming back down, you're coming up the gluteals. Like how, like your inner hand, does it come in contact with like gluteal cleavage? Like
My finger gets to the ischial tuberosity. Come look. My finger gets to the ischial tuberosity, and then comes right along the sheet line. I just use the sheet as my barrier. So they separate. They're not even. This one comes way up here. This one stops here. Yeah. Does that answer the question? Cool. Okay, Jeff.
Okay, hand over hand pumping stroke. Using whole hand, stroke rhythmically hand over hand, pumping the blood towards the heart. Use soft fist for deeper variation.
So that's similar to the erector
Exactly.
fist.
Yeah. So you want to get in deeper? Switch to a broader, stronger tool.
Would that be beneficial for someone that has like a tighter hamstring?
You know, it depends. People have different responses based on tight muscles. You know, they say to penetrate the deepest armor, use the lightest touch. We use that quote in deep tissue work. Same is true in circulatory. Something's really tight, deeper, harder, more vigorous, might not necessarily get it to relax. Usually some repetitive light stuff like this, and then once you feel it soften and you can sink in, you follow the tissue. Okay?
A great example of that in film is the 1980s movie Dune, where they have these shields they put on, and they can't really attack each other like that. They have to like...
The slow blade penetrates the shield.
All right, great. What should we do next?
So educational.
Palmer knee, gluteals, and hamstrings. From a T stance or a modified bow, alternating rhythmically, scoop with heels of hands towards fingertips.
So notice that I'm using my fingers right on the drape to anchor there. So I don't have to worry about trying to get on top, underneath, around it. I just anchor right on top of it.
So you're
Here,
going
go
from
places.
the greater trochanter all the way up to,
Actually, whenever I palmar knee proximal, so I'm right up against the sacrum,
okay,
and then I scooch my way down towards the greater
okay.
trochanter.
okay, I see. So still setting the blood up, but
Yep.
proximal to just,
Yep.
Does your vector ever go across the body? When you're in the posterior aspect of the,
Yeah, we palmar knee.
or the,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the
That was right.
On the
Going
gluteus.
down, it just stays.
Go this way?
Yeah.
No, I usually stick with the directional fibers.
It feels weird
And
going that way.
even though the
Either doing it and
paramesis is
receiving it.
sideways
Yeah.
though, right?
Piriformis.
Formis, I'm sorry.
Paramason.
Perry Mason.
Perry, you know Perry Mason, don't you? You know him. He's our time. Come on. He's a detective. He's searching.
Jeff, please read next.
Circle greater trochanter.
All right, here we go. So I'm going to use my outside hand. I'm using the hypothenar eminence. I'm going to find the groove. I'm going to sink into it, and then I'm going to pour my weight forward and then draw my hand back. So my body is doing exactly the same thing as we do when we circle trapezius.
Is it kind of like also the quadratus?
Yep, we're doing the exact same thing with our body that way.
But you're using the outside hand now, so the inside
Yeah,
hand.
yeah.
Is there a reason why I'm not using the outside hand? Do you get more left?
You get more depth.
Because of, yeah, oh, you use the outside.
Yeah, I'm using this part right here. Yeah. So pressure, 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 no pressure. Just come around the greater trochanter. Pressure, pressure, pressure. You okay with that amount of pressure, Miss Barbara? Apparently so.
Me next.
So this is the Trochanter Circles.
Yep. So spherical so here's my here's my greater trochanter. Here's her greater trochanter. And I'm going through. I'm just oozing through piriformis and then just come around. All right.
How close do you get to iliac crest on that, right?
I don't really go all the way up there that
Like
far,
you're
no.
just medius type situation.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're kind of like hooking into like the bottom of the glutes and pushing.
Yeah, you know, I'm hooking into this channel right here. Right in between. I'm just letting my hand fall in right here.
And then go around it.
And then I come around.
Okay.
Okay? So I really want to feel in between these two places where there's a channel that I fall into. You'll feel it. You'll fall into it. That's what you're looking for.
And like,
Now I guess I have to go wash my hands because I touched this.
She won't mind. She doesn't know.
She does now.
Mark that off. Can you edit that, Aaron?
No, they're the fun bits. You don't want to edit those out.
What was that?
They want me to edit that bit out.
Yeah, edit it. Good. All right, next stroke.
Okay, now we move on to the posterior leg.
Good.
Strip leg. Sorry, strip leg. Lift leg and support under the ankle. Gently flex the
We
client's
need to
knee.
move down here. Please hold. Okay.
Okay.
Now we can do this. Okay, go ahead, read.
Yeah, using one or alternating hands, strip or milk deeply from ankle to knee.
So this is very similar to what we've done on the forearm, same by exact body mechanics. Now, some of you, the relation of the hand size, your hand size, and their calf may not feel comfortable for you to do it this way. You may find it easier to come on top, have your thumb and fingers kind of straddle the whole muscle, and do it this way. Do you have a preference on which one feels better to you today, Miss Barbara? The first one.
Yeah, that one. But they both feel good.
Okay. So do what's comfortable for your hand. Okay.
Milk fan gastrocnemius, sinking deeply into muscle above Achilles tendon. Fan up the gastrocnemius with thumbs close together while fingertips sweep and squeeze the muscle. Effleurage back down.
All right, so this is regular fanning, right? So the milk fan adds this petrissage component to it. So we're going to fan and milk and fan and milk. And it's almost like gathering fabric, right? So you hook and gather, hook and gather, hook and gather, hook and gather, hook and gather.
It's like a lobster claw.
Or like a lobster claw, exactly.
You told me that in Essentials.
Do you find that you'll have to build some muscle strength in your fingers in order to get that comeback from the milking part?
I don't know. I can't answer that. Whatever strength's there already, so.
You're not like digging in, you're just pulling
It's
through.
literally
It's
like
not.
gathering fabric. It's literally like gathering fabric.
So are you going up the middle and then around the outsides too?
You can, yes. Or you can just do it up the middle. You do it. Okay. Everything? Are we done?
That was, yes.
All right. This is from Essentials. Any questions? All right, so we're going to have Ms. Barber.